Hagerty, the milkman, the paper boy, evening TV. Did I get delivered here? Somebody tell me, please. This whole world's confusing me. Clouds as mean as you've ever seen. Ain't a bird who knows your tune. Then a little voice inside you whisper, don't sell your dreams so soon. Everywhere you look, everywhere there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, everywhere there's a place of somebody who needs you. Everywhere you look, when you're lost out there and you're all alone, life is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look, everywhere you look.
We were going to a football game sophomore year, and I was sitting next to Tristan, and we were sitting on the bus, and we were almost halfway there. I fell asleep for about 10 minutes, and I was thinking, oh yeah, like we'll be there, nothing's gonna happen, no problems. And I wake up after 10 minutes to find like just throw up in his Shaco. The first thing I was thinking is, not if he's okay, but I was just looking out the aisle like, is there a seat open that I can go sit there? Like I didn't know what to do.
Junior year's middle school night, there was this middle schooler right in front of me, and the cadence where we all jump up and scream, she obviously did not know it. So I jumped and screamed as loud as I possibly could. She had a pure look of terror on her face, and I felt so bad, but it was so funny.
The first sectional that I had my freshman year, it was me, Ernesto, Travis, Winnie, and Trevor, and we all went to Winnie's house and we all brought food, we watched movies together, and the entire night we just kept laughing at each other and making jokes. And it was so much fun because Winnie being the tuba as like her family, and she was a mother, and in that moment I really felt like it because it felt like I had joined a new family, my tuba family.
The musical was really fun.
The musical,
Yeah.
definitely, yeah. It was fun.
But it was like, I liked that it was a small ensemble. The music was really good.
Yeah.
It was very different than anything we've ever done before.
I also got to sit next to Amanda, and
Yeah.
I never get to sit next to Amanda, so that was fun.
I was marked like 30 yards away for like my spot, right? And I couldn't make my spot. So I was trying to make my spot, and I just couldn't do it. And Jenna Matthews is in front of me. She couldn't make her spot either. So then Brad comes up to us and says, Lee, why can't you make your spot? And I said, it's in Africa. Like, can you make that spot? And he was like, you can make that spot. I said, no, I can't. He said, yes, you can. I said, no, I can't. So he said, fine, I'll do it. And then he did it and he missed. And that was the day I proved myself over Brad.
I think it was raining while we were playing in my sophomore and freshman year, and I think it was Wizards of Oz, and it was just so cool because it was like raining, it was like really pretty outside, and it was music, and I was like, yeah, man!
It started drizzling a little bit, so woodwinds put their instruments away, and then brass still had our stuff out, and then it like started downpouring, at which point Kay, I think, was on top of the thing, and just, do you guys just want to continue? And like the sopping rain, and we're all like, yeah, we're idiots!
My favorite memory was having opening set with you, freshman year. The only saxophone in a line of trombones.
Most iconic set you'll ever find in the history of this school's marching band.
I don't even know if I necessarily have a favorite memory. I think it's all the memories like I've made in band. I've met so many new people and like so many great friends that I'll have around for the rest of my life.
We went on a beach trip with like just a bunch of people. We were all in class burnt. Christian was peeling. It was really bad. We were so red. Mr. K said, next time you guys go to the beach, make sure you put on sunscreen. Because literally, like, all of us, all the people who went, were so red. It was insane.
Band camp freshman year is the Saturday, because I still remember when we did the half day of Saturday when we had the pizza. I don't know if you remember that. There was this guy who was running around. It was like a foreign exchange student. I don't remember who it was, but it was this random guy who was running around the perimeter of the practice field. And then as soon as we were like about to pack up to go eat lunch, he's like, "Okay, I go now. I'll be back later." And he runs away, and we're all just kind of looking at him. What the heck was that?
I don't know what he was trying to do, but that was a solid 4-hour commitment.
So we were at Blarney Castle in the what's it called? Poison Garden? And Connor was on one side, and everyone else was on the other. And he yells, "James, I found the marijuana!" And everyone just stops and just stares at him.
I would like to elaborate on that elaboration. There was no illegal solicitation, consumption, or selling of weed or the devil's lettuce. It was in an exhibit, and it was labeled as such, and I could not contain my excitement, and I thought James would be interested, because James is a botanist, you see. So I thought that he would be a little interested in what I had discovered, and so I alerted him as such. And a few other people may have overheard our very private conversation.
I fell at the marching festival. Oh, yeah. That was really fun.
And then got ran over by a bunch of people.
Washington was cool. I like going out of state, doing something new.
I like going to see all the museums.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got yelled at once in Washington, D.C.
Oh yeah, me too. I got kicked out because there was a door, but it wasn't a door. You weren't supposed to go through it. They didn't say don't go through it, so I went through it, and then the lady started shouting at me.
Whenever Brad says leg, or exemplify, or was wins, or adjust, instead of, the normal pronunciation. Does that mean? No. Okay, good.
I love the cornets. You love the cornets. Wait, are there other sections? Do you mean like sections that matter? That's only us. That's not a fair question.
No, I've heard of tubas.
Like
tubas?
Sure, if you want to like add all the other instruments that stand around and look pretty around us, I guess like.
I heard tubas save one person's life.
I'm pretty sure
yeah,
that.
you're
I mean,
right.
I guess they're okay.
I would say my favorite section is the trombones because they're just loud and obnoxious and they have a lot of fun in the back and they get away with it. And that's what I like the most about them.
I'd have to say trumpets. I have a lot of friends in the trumpet section.
I can tell you who it's not. It's not the trumpets. Probably the trombones. They're pretty cool people. My favorite people, just because of Alex Riley, the euphonium section. Like, he's such a lively
Euphoniums
character.
are really chill,
Yeah, they're so cool.
My favorite is euphonium. Not necessarily for the people.
The baritone section, and if not, the euphonium section.
Tubas. Tubas are better. People.
Tubas.
Definitely tubas.
There is no other section besides my own. I like percussion.
Percussion.
The flutes, because the flutes have a sense of family and togetherness.
Clarinet?
Anything but the flutes, because she didn't say saxophones.
The clarinets. And one of the big reasons I'd say clarinets is because, every piece that the Coopermans give us, it's so difficult, but it's not difficult for the brass. It's difficult for the woodwinds. So every time they mess up, we just hear, Mr. Cooperman go, "No, fix that." So we're just sitting back and relaxing while the woodwinds just get screamed at, So it's not that bad.
The clarinets always seem to hate each other less than the others.
Oh, right, clarinets. Yes, definitely clarinets, because Sam came from the clarinets, and Sam is a goddess.
Bassoons is the only answer.
Bosoons.
Prosoons.
Oh, brosoons.
What is the other section?
Woodwind.
Percussion?
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
So, there is this ancient legend of a facial feature known as the Fury, which used to be located, right there. You're like, what do you mean it's there? No, it's much more than that. It was full and beautiful. As a freshman, this kid was 15 years old, and he looked like an adult. And one day, he had the brilliant idea to just shave it off. Probably took him 2 hours because there's so much hair. And the next day, he kept missing notes in band. And Mr. K knew why. He said, "Bijan, you've lost the Fury." The Fury. And he's refused to grow it back. I don't know. I guess he's still a pretty good player without it. He's alright.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Jekyll and Hyde.
Jekyll and Hyde, yeah.
Definitely Jekyll and Hyde for having opening set here with Parthiv.
Opening set.
Yeah.
I mean, I would probably say that Jekyll and Hyde was probably the best one.
Jekyll and Hyde. Jekyll and Hyde.
Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah.
Jekyll. Yeah. And Hyde. Both of them.
Do we even have to ask that? I mean, seriously,
Freshman.
Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah.
It's between Jekyll and Hyde and Fantastic Beasts.
I like Fantastic Beasts a lot too, and it was kind of like our own show. No one has done it before.
I liked Wizard of Oz, but I also really liked our show this year.
I liked Turn.
Turn. Definitely Turn.
Turn. I just love the seasons changing, especially here in Florida. The seasons are so nice. We have one. It's great. I love all the seasons. The one season. Mine was probably Turn, since it was my first one I got to conduct, so I have lots of good memes with that one.
Wrong.
Okay, what was yours then, Cass?
Jekyll and Hyde, obviously. You can never go wrong with a good identity crisis.
Hoping to do jazz band. If I can't do jazz band, I'll probably march.
Absolutely not.
No.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yes.
I think the answer's on the ceiling.
Definitely not marching. I don't know if I'm gonna join a jazz band. Probably, actually.
I'm definitely doing marching. Probably concert in this spring.
I will be. I will be doing the marching nights.
I'd like to think I would. So, yeah, probably, I guess.
I am doing band in college. I'm doing band at SSC, and I'm doing the marching nights.
Yes. Why not?
Absolutely not.
No.
No.
Not at all.
Yeah, I'm not, no.
Didn't even think about it.
Yeah, it's not a thought.
Okay, so basically one day in band, Joel's like, this is basically how you talk to me, is like, if you could be any insect, why would it be a butterfly? And I think that's pretty accurate, because anytime I talk to Joel, it's just like weird things. We kind of like hated each other for like a really long time until like freshman year when we were forced to be in marching band, and then you're like, I guess she's okay.
No choice.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on our friendship?
I don't know. She kind of just talks to me, and I'm like, I guess I have to talk back.
And now we're friends, and we're just really weird people. And now Joel won't live with me in college, so
No,
there's
it's
that.
because our friendship is strengthened by our separation. And if we were to live together, that special bond that we formed over 7 years of me trying to avoid her, where we're just always trying to be separated, in one sense, is just going to be just destroyed, you know?
So naturally, we go to the same college.
But we get different apartments because it's meant to be.
Hard work, breakdowns, and stress.
Really, really stupid.
Memorable, stressful, and fun.
Come, sweet death.
I am tired.
Don't give up.
I am tired. Sleep, eat, repeat.
I tried hard.
It's a mess.
Bittersweet growth and stress.
Truly a bop.
Need a nap.
When you try your best, but you don't succeed.
Or hello darkness, my old friend.
The most fun I've ever had.
I don't want to do this.
Okay, band, one more time.
This is rehearsal, not practice.
It's all about the clarinets.
I never bought any reeds. I am always internally screaming.
Low reed parts are boring.
Jason fell.
Jason's crying.
Where's Jason?
Jason's appendix exploded.
I don't like the people.
We're just better people in
Yeah,
general.
we're just
nicer.
I'm sorry, the band
more
is just
superior.
not nice all the time.
Yeah.
You guys actually hurt my feelings a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks. We actually do things like solo and ensemble. We played the Dr. Phillips Center this year. Went to our own percussion standstill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man and Bean, By far, play a sophomore year, the best piece I've ever played. We will not ever top Man and Bean. Skylar, this one's for you.
Man and Bean.
Man and Veen, because that's a meme.
Angels.
Angels in the architecture.
Angels in the architecture.
Angels. Angels was good.
Tempered Steel or Cathedrals.
Tempered Steel.
Yosemite.
Yosemite Autumn.
We didn't play it, but I liked Entry March of the Boyers.
Do not go gentle.
Do not go gentle.
Do not go gentle into that good night.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No. Do you know what you're talking about?
Do not go gentle.
Anguish of Nosferatu.
Chester.
I hated Chester.
Chester.
Dusk. What is your least favorite? Probably Dusk as well.
If I'm splitting hairs, I would say Dusk.
Contra Key Rose.
Contra Key Rose.
I don't like the slow pieces. They're so boring. Like, all we do is play chords in a whole note.
Man and Bean.
La Fiesta. It's too much.
La Fiesta.
The first half of La Fiesta, the first movement, where we play offbeat notes and no one can play them correctly, and it was just excruciating.
Elsis.
Russian Christmas music, because I sat there for the entirety of that piece just to mute the bass drum at the end.
Rolling Thunder. we never even played it, but I just didn't like it.
Variations of a Korean folk song was just awful. All of them.
You mean none of them? Because I love band.
I love band.
It's so heavy.
Why?
Oh, it's because it's not open.
Wow, you're a genius.
I almost got it. I'm
Okay.
strong.
Okay. Joel, can I feel your muscles?
Yeah.
It's unlatched. You're just weak.
This side wasn't loud.
Wow, it's a tuba. It's Chihuahua. I dare you to touch it. Damn, you're so brave.
I have to fix my hair. My mom's gonna get mad because she hates when I wear my hair like this.
Can we put this in our video? This is what you get for being Julia's favorite show. Is a result of, I think it is... Hey Colby, whose bleach shirt is this? Jack tried to bleach his shirt to get something out. And this is what happened. You can't bleach a black shirt. Anyways.
Is that better?
Is it, are we like, is there, can you?
Okay, I'm ready. Are we starting now?
Ye Banksy Braze Obani Dune. Is that what it's called? What? Wait, I don't want to sound wrong.
First stage was the Roosevelt one.
Yosemite?
Was it just Yosemite? It was Yosemite.
Yeah, it was Yosemite. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
My favorite piece. Hey, how's it going? What are you doing? I'm doing an interview. Want to join? Oh my gosh. Can I? Yeah. Okay. She asked me what my favorite piece was. What are you doing here? I'd say it's Dusk. Dusk? Dusk was great. You remember that? James, you know Dusk. Oh, you got it right hand. Oh, yeah. Okay. Go on the end.
We have to do it in some kind of order. Random order.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever the one that's playing in the background, that's my least favorite.
Jekyll and Hyde, obviously. You could never go wrong with a good case of schizophrenia. Okay. Wait, I did get that right. Schizophrenia, right? Yeah, sure. Wait, no! No! It's like an identity crisis. Identity crisis.
Is on time one word or two words? Damn it.
That's a word.
Yeah, that's it.
Clarinets! That's it. Just clarinets. It's all about the clarinets. Oh my god, that's 5 words. It's all about the clarinets. High five.
A big waste of time.
Oh.
Don't put that in. Don't put that in.